gal that my wife worked with at one time, this time we were married, I think it was 30 years, somewhere around there. Anyways. He said, Carol, how long have you been married? Carol said, 30 years. Gal said, no, you can't count all your husbands. Carol said, no, one husband, 30 years.
We, the longest one that I've heard of and that I know of is Jay Gould. Jay, Larry's dad and mother, the other side of 75, maybe 77, 78. But they were, she was married, he's 14, 15 years old. I was 18. My wife was 19. There's 6 months difference. Well, it says it's time for the meeting. So we'll call the Parks Committee to order. First item of business is to approve the minutes of July 20th.
If there are no additions or corrections, I move they be accepted as submitted.
Support.
Any additions, corrections, or deletions to those minutes? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item would be finance reports.
You will find your finance reports in your packet, starting with the Parks Division of the Capital Fund. And you will see that you have a balance available for future projects in the amount of just under $111,600. And again, make note of that balance there because we'll circle back to that later on in the meeting. Following that, you will find the Parks Fund revenue and expenditures, and you'll see that we're trending about right on target with a cash balance of $70,302.
Questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I would move.
And I would support.
Parks updates. Parks monthly report.
Not too much going on. Worked on some more dock boards at on the Gerber dock. Still waiting on the barn to be completed at Ramsdale. Fallen trees all over the place as usual. And then we had some work we had to do on the trailer and mowers, just some repairs.
Excellent.
Okay. Yes.
Did we have an opportunity to look in to the bridge any?
Yep, that's actually the next item.
Okay, sorry. Guess I should look at the agenda.
We're to Medina Bridge update.
So yeah, Krieghoff got back with us. And their proposal would cost around 400,000. I looked into the prefabricated bridges, specifically the company you had suggested. The cost of the bridge itself is 65,000, but that doesn't include installation or pouring the footers or anything like that. So I brought that up to Krieghoff and they said it probably wouldn't bring the price down much if it was a prefabricated bridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 400,000 is about where we're at.
Wow.
There's a prefab bridge just next to that solar on my road. What, did you find anything out about a tube?
You mean like a culvert? That I have not found anything out yet. I'd have to probably speak with Drain Commission about that.
I don't know, is covering the water is as expensive as both sides of the water,
Right.
your approaches.
Mhm.
Cause they'll have Buttman from here to you.
Mhm.
On each side. So don't wash and don't do this and don't do that. So we're standing at 400,000 or
Yes,
and probably some change.
yes.
That doesn't seem right. Well, I think it's one of those. I don't know how the banks are.
Right.
Who quoted you 400,000?
This was from Krieghoff of Lenawee. Krieghoff of Lenawee. They're the contractor we do a lot of our construction with.
The best way is to get the ditch cleaned and then the county standard part of it, see, but
Hmm.
ditches and cleaning ditches are just about as hard to do as bridges. You know, 1, 2, maybe 3, I think maybe we'll get 3 this year. Bridges in the county.
Oh, wow.
You know, you're driving down the road and all of a sudden the sign says, Walt. Bridge over there, off Wolf Creek Highway, I think it's been closed for 15 years. But it doesn't have a lot of traffic.
Yeah, I suppose my next step, I could speak with Drain Commission and see what they think about a culvert. I'm not sure if they can build one that big. I'm really not familiar with.
Well, it's worth a
Right.
Yeah,
culvert, isn't it? The bridge, the creek is too wide.
yeah, it's
And during the spring season, the water gets up too much.
mm,
Well, you probably know it better than anybody else does. Just, I don't think you want to get $400,000 donated out of your checkbook. And I don't think there's a group of people that put funds together to get that much money, but we can keep nibbling away and see what we can get accomplished.
if we were to try for a grant from the state, at best, they would pay 75%. So if we got it, that'd be 100,000 from the county. That's a big if, of course.
Well, on occasions, he talks about the creek being a little too wide. I have seen him doubled, 2 culverts. Yeah,
So the state, would that be the DNR? Because okay, they have, they participate in a lot of the county parks.
Mhm.
well, let's stay tuned to the next chapter.
Sure.
Updates and other business. Request 2027 capital plan Parks Division.
In your packet, you will find a request for the approval of the proposed Parks CIP. So you'll see in the year 2027, it's proposed to look at Medina Park, concrete reinforcement for pavilion posts, gravel for the lot, and bathroom repairs, doors, netting, stalls, and things of that nature with a $5,000 contingency totaling $35,000. And again, you will see as we move down throughout the years, you have Gerber, Bicentennial, and then 2030, we start looking at all the parks again. In this, the proposed $35,000, as I noted in the beginning of the meeting during the finance division, you had a healthy fund balance of over 111,000. So it is proposed at this time that we would pull the 35,000, all of the projects for Medina in 2027 from that healthy fund balance, leaving you with about 76,000 remaining in that fund balance.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Well, I guess we're down to public comment. Must be doing a good job. Well, I have something we haven't had on the agenda, and that's a picnic.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna be too busy, I'm afraid, to do the picnic, but I'd like to encourage you guys to have it. And I'll furnish anything I got. The only thing I ask is you get it, you take care of it. It's just my wife is gonna keep me busy.
Gotcha.
And if she isn't, I'm gonna rest.
There you right.
That's
I'd like to think she's a little better, but it's very slow. 2 days will be pretty good, and 1 day will just be kind of stagnant. And the longer she lays there, the longer she's probably going to. I don't know if you people know much about it or not. I'd be glad to tell you a little bit about it or try to. So it all started with kidney stone. It was too big to pass. So they put a stent in to get it to come down. So in order to do that, I had to go to Toledo Hospital. And all hospitals are test crazy. If you got insurance, they got a test. And they got into her liver. And her liver needs some regenerating, but that I think is happening. We just can't see it. So back and forth a few days, and they said, we think maybe you ought to take your gallbladder out. She didn't fight it very much. And we were lucky. It was it wasn't a really hard one. So we got that done, and they just tested and tested and tested. Finally began to talk about finding a place for her. And they had a sheet with several people, several organizations. So Mark and Sandy toured 2 or 3 of them. We wanted her in a respectable place. At that time, she wanted to be in a respectable place. And that's how we got to Archibald. And they're supposed to have more people available to do whatever you need to have done. But I was telling some of the guys before everybody came here, anytime she's moved from her bed, she's moved on a sling. Terry and Jim understand it. They've been to rest homes and seen it happen, but if she needs to get in a wheelchair, they put a cloth under her and they hook her up over and set her down. So she does that 2, 3, 4 times a day, and she's got to live with it, and it's not the worst thing in the world, but she just got several things. Started with her kidneys that you just can't open up the door and take a look. And she passed her taste test. That was major. She can drink water without putting thickener in it. But all this time up to the last 4 days ago, maybe, she wanted to drink water with a thickener. You want cranberry juice, you put a thickener in it and do. Not very tasty. She thought she's in later years kind of likes the Werner ginger ale. So when that happened, I come down with ginger ale and we're gonna celebrate. And she drank about a 12-ounce one. She said it don't taste like ginger ale. Well, nothing tastes. Or food don't taste right. Just, you know, it's one thing that lead to another. It's kind of a challenge. Appreciate people. So. If we don't have any more business, I guess. Chair,
Motion.
take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
All in favor?